everybody, Matt O'Ree back here with you once again. Welcome back to Mob on TV, the official YouTube channel of the Matt O'Ree Band. Hey, look, if you haven't clicked subscribe yet and joined the Mob family here on YouTube, please do so now. Also, hit that little bell icon down below so you'll get all the updates every time we upload new videos. And thirdly, if you dig this kind of stuff, amplifiers, speakers, cabinets, pedals, guitars, today microphones, give us some thumbs up on the videos. All these things help us to continue to keep making more videos and bringing this fun and interesting information to you guys out there. So we're back today with the Geartorial, and it's been a while since my last episode, which was episode number 45, which featured the Korg SDD 3000, a really awesome digital delay unit from the 80s, made famous by the Edge of U2. So I haven't been on in a while because I ran out of equipment to review here on the channel. And I have to give a big shout out instantly right now to my friend Chris from J Rocket Audio Designs. He sent me a bunch of pedals to do on the channel. I'm so excited to get to this stuff. And episode number 38 that I did featured the Archer Icon pedal that I went crazy over. I couldn't believe how great it sounded with my Trainwreck Rocket. So he sent me a bunch more to check out. We're going to get into that in the episodes to come. Today's episode is mainly focused on an upgrade that we did here at the studio. So something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I knew this was the right time to do it because Chris entrusted me with all these new pedals to check out. I wanted to bump up our game here with our audio signal path. So I replaced, we pretty much replaced one of the microphones in our signal chain. Now, prior to that, everything on the Geartorial has been thus so far. A Royer R121 ribbon microphone. One of my favorite ribbon microphones out there. I love Royer. I have a great rep named Kevin. He's helped me out so many times with these microphones, and thank you, Kevin, and everybody at Royer. The other microphone that I have been using in the past is a Shure SM57. Now that's a go-to microphone for any blazing guitar cabinet. Why? Because it's one of the most rugged microphones out there, and it always yields good results. With the Trainwreck particular amplifier, it's very particular, I should say, with trying to capture the audio as accurate as we can. And I, in the past, have tried other microphones, and I did find something else I actually like better. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love Shure microphones. We use them all the time with the band. But with the Trainwreck amplifier, I've gotten better results with this new microphone. And I got to give another shout out to Jessica, my new rep from Sennheiser. So I replaced it with the SM57 with a Sennheiser 421. Now, it's a much more expensive microphone, which is why I've been putting it off, because I got to put the money out for the microphone. But I am so glad that I did, because the audio is even that much better. And I want to capture the next bunch of Geartorials even better. So back when I did the Bon Jovi tour 2015, the tech guys called me up a few days before rehearsals were starting and said, hey, can you come in a day early to the studio, to John's place, and we want to suss out your gear and see what we're working with and what you have, and if you need anything, we can get it for you, and this and that. So I got there a day early, and they were pleasantly surprised to see Trainwreck, because Trainwreck is a pretty legendary, name with the legacy of Ken Fisher. And of course, it's known for some of the greatest, guitar tones in guitar history, I think. So they were really happy to see that, see my cabinets, how they had their system set up, and how my rig ran, is that my cabinet was installed in an isolation road case, a big trunk case. The cabinet goes in the case, the microphones go in the case, they close the case up it's got a big rubber seal around it, and it gives much better isolation on stage to get a much cleaner mix of the band out front for the audience's sake. Now, we were also on in-ear monitors, so that same isolation really helps with your in-ear monitors to have better isolation. And that's how it went on stage. So if you were to walk out, per se, I was rehearsing or playing with Bon Jovi, and you walked out on stage, the only thing you would hear on stage would be the drums, because that's the only audible thing on stage. Everything else was isolated. So that way they get, again, a much cleaner mix out front. So the tech guys went and asked me and said, well, what microphones do you usually use with your amp? And of course I mentioned the R121 from Royer. And I said, I've been experimenting with my secondary microphone, and I always like to run 2 microphones to get a better blend. So what one mic has, it might not have the other frequencies. So you get another microphone to capture that. And always do two microphones, generally on the same speaker. So I said, well, I've tried this and tried this and tried this and tried it. And then they said, oh, we have all those microphones. You know, we'll go through it and we'll see what we think sounds best. You know, check back with us at the end of the day of rehearsal. So rehearsal's over. I go to see the tech guys, and they were like, wow, you know, your amp sounds amazing. Check this out. Listen to this mix from the recording from rehearsal. Amp sounds great. I was like, yep, that's my amp. That's what it sounds like. What did you guys wind up using? They said, well, we stuck with the Royer as your request, and we went through a bunch of other microphones, and we decided on the Sennheiser 421. So here is an unsolicited review from the Bon Jovi road touring techs, who are some of the best techs in the world with some of the best ears, no doubt. Their show is phenomenal. It's perfect. It's perfection every time. So I was so happy that they thought the same thing that I did. So this is going back 5 years. So it took me a while to get a 421 here. So let's listen to the amp. Now, I juiced up the Rocket even more on the volume to give you a little bit more of what the amp is capable on its own. I will back it off when we start running pedals, because I don't need as much gain from the amp, because we're trying to see what the pedals can offer in the video. So today's video is just about listening to the new microphone combination, the R121, the 421 from Sennheiser, and I also have an Audio-Technica 4033 up on a stand in the corner of the room to capture a little bit of ambience of this small room, and it does help a bit. And I also, for the next bunch of Geartorials, we're going to up the ante here, and we're going to do 3 different performances per video: Les Paul, my vintage Strat, and my Telecaster too. We're going to add a 3rd guitar to the mix, because people have been asking about what does a Tele, you know, sound like with some of these pedals, and I'm sure Chris from Rocket Audio would want to hear that too. So let's jump into it. Today's video, again, just listening to the new microphone mix that I have going on. If you want to compare that to some of the older videos, easy enough to go find them and click back and see what the difference is from the Sennheiser to the SM57. Here we go. Let's jump in. So what did you think? Definitely a great improvement. It captures the sound of the Trainwreck that much better. I get much more top end out of the 421 without it going into a sort of harshness or a rattier sounding, top end. So very happy. Thank you again, Jessica from Sennheiser, for helping me out and getting me this microphone. And I look forward to getting another one at some point for my other guitar rig. I'm still going to use my 57s, I'm sure, on my Leslie or with the band, snare drums, all that kind of stuff, or the keyboard Leslie, possibly. So always, having more microphones around is a good thing. It gives you more choices. So if you're looking for studio equipment, check into some of these microphones that, if you can afford to get them, it's a tool that you'll have forever and you'll use it all the time. So, hope you liked the video. Once again, check out our website, mattoreband.com. Any thoughts or comments or other suggestions, don't be afraid to email me, info@mattore.com. We'll be back next week with the first pedal that from Rocket Audio that they sent me to do. And stay safe, stay healthy. Hope you guys are doing well out there. And I know it's a long stretch of this COVID stuff, and we'll get through it. So stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you next week.